The Missouri women's basketball team took on the number 9 ranked Kentucky Wildcats last night. The Tigers upset 25th ranked Georgia last Thursday. But would we hear them roar again yesterday? For many of us, just over a week ago, we were waking up with joy and restlessness to see what awaited us under Christmas trees. But today brings a different kind of joy. That's because today brings the day we've waited for since early December. Today is game day. On Saturday, the Missouri basketball team held Alabama's Trevor Relaford to just 10 points, which is only the second time this season you could count up all of his points using just 2 hands. Sheldon Richardson, Alden Smith, Ziggy Hood, the list goes on and on. So KOMU-8's Mahir Bagat tells us why NFL scouts think Coney Ely could be the next Mizzou defensive lineman drafted in the first round. Over in Tampa, LSU took on Iowa in the Outback Bowl. Jeremy Hill, he was the star in this one. He rushed for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns while averaging over 7.5 yards per carry. He was named the game's MVP as he leads the Bayou Bengals over the Hawkeyes in this one as LSU wins 21-14. And the 49ers and Packers gutting it out in the cold yesterday, down by 4 in the fourth. Colin Kaepernick finds Vernon Davis in the end zone to take the lead. And after a Green Bay field goal tied things up, Phil Dawson makes the 33-yard field goal as time expires to pull out the victory. San Francisco will play at Carolina next week. Mizzou fans remember Trey Mason well after his performance in the SEC championship game. He'd be remembered for his performance in this one too. Marshall finds Mason for the 12-yard score to give Auburn the 7-3 lead early on. That's the first time Florida State has trailed since September 28th. That's 9 games, folks. Later on, Marshall puts Auburn up by 18 with this touchdown run. Don't forget that the Tigers were 10-point underdogs in this one. And this following play was the turnaround play of the game. Florida State converts on a fake punt late in the second to keep their drive going. And then later on, that led to this. Devonta Freeman rushes in to give the Seminoles life before halftime. Now in the fourth, Winston goes to Chad Abram for his first of 2 touchdown passes in the quarter. That one made it 21-20 Auburn. Then, after an Auburn field goal, the Tigers got a taste of their own medicine against Alabama. Levante Whitfield returns the kickoff 100 yards to put the Seminoles up 27-24. But Auburn responded. Mason breaks free, breaks a tackle, and finds the end zone as the Tigers take back the lead late in the game. With Heisman winner under pressure, he leads a 7-play, 80-yard drive that finishes with this pass to Kelvin Benjamin with just 13 seconds left in the game. And that's the difference in this one. Florida State pulls off the biggest comeback in BCS National Championship game history in the final BCS National Championship game. And Jadeveon Clowney in South Carolina taking on Wisconsin in the Capital One Bowl. He and quarterback Connor Shaw put on a clinic yesterday. Shaw threw for 312 yards and 3 touchdowns in his final game as a Gamecock. But he wasn't just a quarterback yesterday. Shaw comes up on the receiving end of a Bruce Ellington pass here as South Carolina pulled out the trickery. The Gamecocks went on to win 34-24. Yesterday was Jabari Brown's 21st birthday. Brown is 4th in the SEC in scoring, averaging 19 points per game. He's originally from Oakland, California, and played for Oakland High School. Brown says he lost family and friends to violence, so on his birthday, he feels fortunate. And the Missouri women's basketball team will also take on Georgia Thursday. The Tigers are coming off a tough 69-66 loss to Arkansas at home Sunday. Bree Kulas and Morgan I each had 18 points in the defeat. Both Mizzou and the Bulldogs come in with records of 12-3.
Jabari Brown and Jordan Clarkson, the dynamic duo.
The Missouri Tigers have gotten production all season long by juniors Jabari Brown and Jordan Clarkson, but over the last 4 games, they've been the team's top 2 scorers in each contest.
Brown gives it to him with a 3.
After another big game for the pair Saturday, it's evidence they've taken on the roles of the team's leaders.
Yeah, we try to be leaders out there. We've been in college and, played more than some of the guys on the team. And, just trying to set an example of, in practice and how hard you have to work. And then in the games, giving them advice and stuff like that.
Jabari and Jordan are our leaders. They are the captains. They are the guys that the other guys look up to.
And Coach Hayes says the role for Brown means less stress.
When I explained it to Jabari, I said, Jabari, if you'll do this, it'll take pressure off you because you'll be giving to your teammates and you won't worry about what's going on with you. Whether you miss it, you just focus on them.
The stats show it has helped. Brown now leads the SEC in scoring with 19.5 points per game as he scored at least 22 points in each of the Tigers' last 4 games.
Gotta get a hand in that man's face, Jabari Brown.
But still, Brown dishes out the credit to his teammates for his recent success.
My teammates been finding me in open spots, so credit credit to them too.
You know, he's not only making plays for himself, he's making plays for others.
Clayton Conness, KOMU-8 Sports, Columbia.
I don't think there's a better 6-foot point guard in all of college ball at making awkward, hard shots in transition around the rim.
The Missouri Tigers knew they'd have to watch out for Alabama's Trevor Relaford.
We understand how good a player he is.
The senior guard entered Saturday's game averaging a team-high 18.9 points per game.
He's one of the best players in our league, and we know he's capable to go for 20 or 30 every time.
6 eyes. We wanted 6 eyes on him all the time.
The extra eyes worked.
If they want to. Relaford from downtown, way off. At a high rate in transition. Relaford lost the handle on it as he went up. The first half, and sat for most of it. Relaford, that sums up the story of his game.
The Tigers forced Relaford to just shoot 4 of 16 from the field, tying a season low of just 10 points.
We just had to key in on him and know where he was at all times, and I feel like we did a good job of that the whole game.
And the old expression of good defense leads to good offense was the case for Missouri.
Our defense turned into a lot of transition opportunities for us.
I got a couple steals, and I got to just finish the plays.
Clarkson forced 5 steals and finished with 16 points. Meanwhile, Brown tied a career high with 24.
I felt in a good rhythm out there. My teammates did a good job of, feeding me the ball in good spots, and I was just trying to let the game come to me.
Jabari's he's in a nice groove right now. But he works. Jabari puts in time on his game, and he's relentless in terms of his passion and wanting to be a really good player.
Next up for the Tigers is LSU on Tuesday. Clayton Conness, KOMU-8 Sports, Columbia.
There's Morgan I. She had 26 points in last year's game. Early first half, Tennessee's Sierra Burdick hits the three-pointer. Lady Vols starting on a 6-0 run, but the Tigers fought back. Bree Coolis gets the underhand layup to fall. That tied things up at 17. Mizzou struggled from the field, though. The Tigers shot under 30% in the half, but only trailed by 3 at the break. Second half, the Vols break out. Andrea Carter gets the layup. Tennessee jumped out to a 16-point lead, but Mizzou battled again. Kayla McDowell drives and finishes. That made it an 8-point game. Later on, it's Morgan I, the Mizzou all-time 3-point leader, who gets the tray bomb here. That made it 48-44. Okay, less than 40 seconds to go at this point. Mizzou is down 3 points. Sierra Michaelis with a chance to tie it, and she misses the three-pointer. Missouri shoots 29% from the field and falls 56-50.
There are the 2 seniors, Tania Jackson and Bree Coolis, sharing what is a very touching moment with their families. To the game now, first half action, Morgan I. She's going to knock down the first of her many trays on the night, putting Mizzou up 3. But then it's Bree Coolis. She's going to drive the lane and finish. She finished with 14 points in the first half. However, Ole Miss hung in there. Here it's going to be Diarra Moore gets the layup. The Rebels took a 5-point lead into the break, moving forward to the second half. Mizzou heats up from 3 again. It's Morgan I. She gets another 3. She had 7 three-pointers on the night. And then I would get another 3 right here off the pass from Leanna Doty. I went over 1,000 career points at Mizzou tonight. And then it's Coolis putting the icing on the cake. She's going to hit a 3 here that put the Tigers up 8. Coolis also went above the 1,000-point mark tonight. Morgan I and Bree Coolis combined for 47 points as the Tigers knock off Ole Miss on senior night and improve to 6-9 in the SEC.